And we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our live episode of me and Paul discussing why land investing is better than house flipping.
And we're live for officially.
And so there's a lot of different reasons why land investing is better than house flipping. And if any of you guys want to chime in or have any kind of reasons why you think land investing is better than house flipping or anything along those lines, start webcam. Then feel free to chime in. So hold on, I think we're having a little technical difficulties with the all right. So I think we just had some technical difficulties, but we're good now. So yeah, if you guys have any reasons why you think that land investing is better than house flipping, feel free to chime in. If you have any questions for us about anything really related to land investing, please comment and we will get back to you. Someone says, hey guys, for some reason we can't see who it is. If you have your profile on private mode, I don't think we're able to see. So hey, Facebook user, whoever you are, and you can.
Oh, here we go. It's Joseph.
Oh, Joseph. Oh, hey, Joseph.
There we go.
So let's see. Show. Hey, Joseph. How you doing? If you have any questions, Joseph, feel free to kind of chime in, and we are happy to answer anything. So
yeah, we're gonna let a few people trickle in here real quick, but we're super excited. This is gonna be our new thing. Usually Wednesday nights, we're gonna be going live regularly in our amazing studio. Very nice. This is where all the deals happen. This is where HQ is, where we're making all the things happen that we're talking about in all of our videos. We still have a couple people in the office. We got David right there. He's still selling properties. It's 6 o'clock, and we work hard, play hard, right?
Yep. Andrew, Chris just left, so just click start.
It keeps stopping.
Just click start. So
I think the mic's still working. Just keeps bumping out.
All right. So I guess. Give it a second, but I guess as we're getting started here, Paul, what are some of the reasons you think that that land investing beats house flipping? I know there's a million, and we'll get into a bunch. What are some of the biggest reasons for you?
Wow, I don't even know where to start with that question. It's just like every day I realize we're in like the best real estate niche out there, but I guess number one, there's no roofs, there's no toilets, there's nothing that needs to be fixed. I don't know. That would be the first thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, for me, I agree with that totally. Like, we don't have to worry about whenever we buy property, we don't have to worry about a tenant breaking something. We don't have to go fix something, and that's really kind of the beauty of this niche and why we think and why we're able to scale it so big is because it's because we don't have to deal with a lot of these headaches. Like, can you imagine if we had 300 tenants right now?
No, I mean, right now it's as simple as having, making sure that people are paying their bills and making sure that there's, they're paying their monthly payments and, the taxes are staying current, and, here and there you get people with violations, but that's really the extent of it. There's really not a lot of problems. There's not a lot of, I guess we could start here. So we're in an office building in Chicago, and since we've gotten back, why don't we just talk about the current condition of our building, talk about the economics of it and how bad. There's David. David, did you make a deal?
I would not rent office space in this building. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, we've got a good deal on office space here, but there's some issues.
Yeah. So when the building reopened, the elevator is broken, and that's not going to be ready for the next 6 months. So we use a freight elevator where we have to call someone to bring us up to the 7th floor. Lights going out, leaky roof, you name it, this building is dealing with it. And then on top of it, no one's renting office space right now. So think about where the commercial market's going to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we could just go.
Well, the elevator's broken. The heater's busted. The air conditioning was also screwed up at some point. The roof was, the floor was leaking. They had to deal with all that stuff. And
well, the moral of the story though is like this is a depreciating asset, and they have to maintain it, they have to fix it. Whereas land is always not. Can you think of a situation where land, unless like toxic waste is dumped on there, when land going to depreciate.
I've never had a situation where anything has depreciated value of a lot that I've owned.
I mean, like just through time, like land just inherently appreciates. No.
Yeah, over time.
I mean, unless they build like a prison right next to your land.
Yeah, and so I mean, like you could buy there's different ways to scale. And I was talking to a guy who buys apartments today, and like you could scale and buy like I just had 300 units because we've got about 300 people, 350 people making payments. So like if you could scale in apartments doing that and get 350 units, and but the issue is there's the margins there. I was talking to him. He's like, yeah, our cap rate's about 5%. And I was just thinking like our cap rate's about 85%.
Yeah.
When you just compare it on an apples to apples basis, that means we get all like 85% of our cash back in the first year, sometimes more. But our margins are also way, way better. When you buy an apartment building, you resell it. You'll okay. I 1.2x my money over 5 years. It was a great investment. We 5 to 6x our investment within 30 to 60 days when we buy it. So the economics are just totally different. And in terms of scale, like, and again, that's why I think this niche is great.
Yeah, I think we should just dive into scale. Like we talked to the Wholesale Inc. guy, and I think he brought up a pretty valid Brent Daniels. He basically only focuses on his area, which is he lives in Phoenix, and he only does deals in Phoenix. And we asked him about scaling, and it's difficult because, like, for example, I guess that's house wholesaling, but it's similar to just flipping houses. You need to have construction crews that you can trust. You need to have managers to manage the property, make sure that all the crews are there doing the remodeling on the houses. Like, there's just, I don't know. We dive into it. There's just so much there.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point comparing land flipping to house wholesaling. I know it's not house flipping, and I guess the topic today is whatever we want.
Land versus everything.
Land versus everything.
Land versus everything.
And so I remember back in the day when I was like getting started in real estate, I was thinking about what niche to join, and I ultimately chose land for a lot of reasons. The fundamentals are way better; it's more scalable, and I could do it all behind a computer screen. But what struck me is like a couple of years since I started. Let's fix the webcam. Get rid of the OBS behind it. I think that might be the issue.
They can still hear you.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we're having some technical glitch where it keeps cutting in and out. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah. So I guess what really struck me was when I was listening to one of the main gurus in the wholesaling space, and he was describing his business. And so let's get the camera fixed.
Yeah. I don't know why this is happening.
It's all right. All right. So hopefully that fixed it. And if not, then we'll switch computers. But I was talking to the, I was listening to a podcast with one of the main wholesaling gurus, and he was talking about his business. He's like, yeah, we just hit $1 million in deal value for the year. And it was like in like November or December. So like a top guru in the space in the wholesaling niche had a deal value of just over $1 million for the year. And for us, like it's way more scalable for us to continue buying and selling, and just churning out deals because the diligence process is so fast. We literally decide whether or not we're buying a property in a second, and then we've got a title team who handles the buying, and then we've got a sales team that handles the selling. And so for us, like,
and our due diligence period is so fast.
And our due diligence period, we're totally removed from. It's totally outsourced to our virtual assistants. And so for us, doing $1 million in deal value, like we did that the past few months.
Yeah. Last 3 months,
So over the last 3 months, we've averaged for a month $1 million in deal value. So we're 12 times the pretty much the business of one of the main gurus in the wholesaling niche. So it's way more scalable for us. And I'm not saying I think it has 100% to do with the niche and the scalability of this niche. And I don't think we wouldn't be able to get to the level that we're at if we were in like working with houses.
Right. And I think that the time to do a deal.
Can you copy the link and just send it to me as well? So fix this, and then.
Well, I can just.
So give us a second here.
Yeah, we have a new setup here. We're trying to learn.
So if the audio is still good, someone give me a thumbs up or comment in the chat. It would be great. So can you guys hear and see us? Sorry about that. I think so. We just changed webcams.
Yeah, yeah, we can just get like a thumbs up if you can hear us, or we can hear you. Sorry about this, guys. It's unexpected.
Yeah, so let's just move this. Let's see what questions people in the chat have right now. So Facebook user, again, we can't see exactly what your name is. I guess for whatever reason, this software is not allowing it, but it says, are there states that favor opening your land business? So what do you think, Paul?
As far as like opening your LLC, I feel like I'm not a tax guy.
Not really. I don't think so. We are located in Chicago. We've kind of just opened ours out in Illinois-based LLC, and so we're just kind of rolling with that. I don't know if there's any. Yeah, you'd have to ask your accountant that, but I think just opening in your current state is probably the best.
Next.
Could always do both. Use land flipping for temporary cash flow and use it to buy apartments for permanent cash flow, appreciation tax write-offs, etc. Yeah, so I agree with I can agree with that. I mean, the only difference is the margins is it's a different way to scale. One, you're using money, like just you have to leverage with tons and tons and tons of capital. With this, you don't need tons and tons of capital. You need some capital, but and the margins are way bigger. Your cap rates are way bigger.
People are saying they can't hear. This is
internal. Yeah. Can you guys hear us now? Let us know if you could hear. Yeah, so what I was saying is, yeah, you can do both. I think it's a different way. Great, so you can hear us now. It's a different way to scale. One, with apartments, you just need, you need to be really good at fundraising. You got to raise a ton of money because your margins aren't going to be there. And to be honest, you're probably not going to be able to do it nearly as well as you're getting started as an investor because you don't have any credibility, you have no experience. With this niche, the margins are so big, not only in terms of what you're going to be able to sell the property for, but also your cap rate. The cap rate, the return that you're going to spend on buying a property is going to be like pretty much 100% the first year if you're doing this niche the same way we are. And then upon sale, like the total sales price is literally, for us, it's 5-6 times what we buy it for. So it's just totally different. And I mean, you can certainly do both. I've like thought through going through apartments because it's the exciting thing to do, or
cool thing.
It's the cool thing to do.
It's
but
like,
at the end of the day,
100 units or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we could try to raise money for apartments and do that, and we could definitely do it and make some money and do well in that. But why? What are your thoughts?
No, I mean, we have an amazing thing going here, and they say the riches are in the niches, and this is I mean, show me a better niche. Show me something that's more scalable and more profitable. And there's some really good questions coming in here. So I'll start. These next two I kind of want to take. So
great.
Rashawn from YouTube asks how to start out fully automated. I think that's not a good way to think about starting a business. When you start a business, any business that you start, you need to get in the weeds and learn how to do everything in the business, and then you can get the pieces in there for finding the right people for the right seats. But if you try to just never learn a thing about the business and try to run a business, it's gonna fail. Like you're setting yourself up for failure if you want to just step in there and automate.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think you need to learn every aspect of the business, and that's we couldn't be here if we didn't learn everything and know everything that's going on. So, I mean, you as the manager need to know everything that could possibly go wrong, and you need to be able to watch out for those things. And because you need to know what to look for before you outsource something, and what are the KPIs? What do you need to manage before you can start managing it? Because if you don't know what to manage, then you're going to be managing the whole process when you only need to manage a few different things. So, I mean, we learned everything in the process, and I didn't really outsource too much. I was me and a VA for a year, and then after that, now we've kind of grown our team pretty big.
We just broke 20. Our team is now 20 people.
Yeah, so we've got 20 people, U.S., Philippines. I would say about 10 full-time-ish, 10
to 12.
10, 12 full-time. And yeah, so I mean, learn everything before you start to outsource. And
You like the old saying, you gotta first you gotta crawl, then you gotta walk, then you can run. But if you just try to get up and run, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
And I used to have that mindset when I was in my Amazon business, and I tried to just just run before I knew what I was doing, and it caused a lot of problems and a lot of setbacks. Whereas this business, we took a bunch of people. You had the background of real estate, you had the background of the finance, which is really important pieces, and I had the background of e-commerce, which I've been doing for 4 years now, full time. So I took my expertise, you took your expertise. Then we brought David in, who has sales. I have sales expertise as well, but we brought David in, and then we brought Andrew in, who has title expertise, and we have basically put it all together to form this unbelievable team. And I think that you need to have all these different experiences before you can just run in and say this is going to work on its own.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I do think it's important to start outsourcing.
For sure.
Get some VAs first. And then go from there. I wouldn't hire anyone US based until you've got some systems. Throw in some VAs into the mix. If you guys are interested in using our VAs, we have access to those. You guys can get access to those on landvas.com. We're providing access for those that are interested.
Next one. So this is a layup.
Talk a little louder.
This is a layup question. So do you come across fantastic properties with say, water, septic, electricity, that you sometimes keep because you can rent it out to an RV or say storage for a possible better term lifetime return? I would say that we come across these properties every day, and we rent these out to people that want to pay off the lot.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they do whatever they want with it. I mean, you're going to get the best margins by selling the land or selling it on terms of people, and you're essentially renting it to them until they pay it off. That's really, I can't think of a better lifetime return. Yeah,
so we don't keep anything for holding on. I think it's important to find your niche, stay in your lane, and then really scale the thing that you're good at. And so we found the thing that we're good at, which is buying really cheap property, selling it on terms at 4 to 5 times what we buy for, and just doing it again and again and again, and just building systems and building out a team based on doing that. And so I think, like, if you're trying to do what we're doing, I wouldn't see that shiny object over here and say, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I would just try to focus on what you're looking to do, and just do it well, and not get distracted with, oh, that property's cost $15,000, but it might, I think it could be worth $200,000 in a couple of years because the community is growing nearby.
You're either you run off this business model, or you have a fund and you buy and hold. You just got to figure out what your niche is. And for us, it's buy and sell as quickly as you can. Let's see what else we got here. Wow, I don't even know where to start with this question.
How do you know what land to select? That is a good question. How do you choose a market is basically how I take the question. Paul, how do you choose a market? How do you think about it?
Data. I made it out of clay. No, everything that we do is based off of data. I don't know. There's other people that will teach you. I don't know what they teach you, but I don't really care what they teach you because the way that we do it works. And it's really simple. We look at data. We go to places like Zillow or LandWatch, and we go where people are buying and selling land. It's pretty much that simple. You find a place. You need to find an area where people are buying and selling land. You need to find a place that fits your budget and fits what you're trying to accomplish, which is buying low, selling high. And you need to mail that area, or find properties at tax auctions or something like that, and buy a bunch of properties there, sell them, and keep doing it. It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. So I think, there's a bunch of ways to think about it. There's a bunch of methodologies out there. I've screwed up a bunch of times because I listened to other people, other courses.
I don't think that's the simplest way, though.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Go where the people are.
It's go where more importantly, where the people are selling is where people are buying. So
right.
Go where their demand is, and there's no one that does it better than us. There's no one who thinks about it better than us. I've done all the approaches out there, and the way we think about it is data-driven, only based on sold data, and just going and targeting those areas, not blanketing a full county, not getting your list from title companies, not getting your list from the counties, just targeting areas where there's a lot of activity and just doing it the right way.
Yeah, and yeah, I would also add that we sold 59 properties last month. So if there's and not $500 properties, like very high deal value this month. As we said, we did over $1 million in deal value. So challenge anyone to put their numbers against ours who thinks that our methodologies don't work. Which one do you like here?
How long did it take you?
Yeah, it's weird. It's not showing Facebook names today. Maybe because you're not Facebook friends with them.
I'm not sure. I could look in the group.
So how long did it take you to go from scratch to where you are today? So I think this is a better question for Willie because he started it, and then I kind of came in after he knew the business really well. From scratch.
Oops. Yeah, so I started in early 2017, so a little over 3 years ago, when I sent out my first mailer. And so first year did okay. It takes off slowly. It goes like this, and it goes like this, it goes like this, and then it really went off like that. So first 6 months did 10 deals. Second 6 months did 40 deals. Second year did 150, a little over 150 deals. Now third year, I guess. I don't know.
Hit 600.
Starting with Paul, we'll probably get 600 deals. I think we'll get 600 deals, and
by deals, that's just like selling a property.
Yeah. So buying and selling is
our company goals right now is to sell 60 properties a month. We sold 59 last month. And we're buying what's our 130 properties a month we're trying to buy.
That's the goal.
Yeah, we're not there yet, but we're trying to scale up to buy 130.
So it took about call it a little over 3 years.
I don't know, that one's
How do you? I like that one.
This one?
Yeah.
How do you isolate your business and sell sections of the business?
No, buy and sell sections.
Oh, buy and sell. I can't read. Buy and sell sections of the business as you deter negative reviews online from your lowball offers. We don't get
so that's just like saying websites, like your buy side, like your simple.
Yeah. We don't really. I mean, people just send us. Most of the people reply with hate mail if they don't like it, or they'll call us with hate. But people aren't really going online and leaving us nasty reviews. And the people that we do deals with are very happy. And they leave us positive reviews because they enjoy working with us, and we have a whole team dedicated to working with them, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so we have a different entity name, different website separating the buy side and sell side websites. And so people who we buy property from our LLC name on the sell side is not the same as our LLC name on the buy side. They're separate. So separate your LLC names. You can do a DBA. That's what we do. When you're structuring it, but don't overthink it. Just get one LLC, create 2 different websites. You don't even need a website to start. And if you're thinking you need a website to get started, then just
you didn't even have a buy side website when we.
No, I literally didn't have a buy side website for over 2.5 years. I had it, then I got rid of it because it was useless. And so you don't need a buy side website. So just send out mail and start getting feedback and start doing things. I just want to rattle off some people who are on the feed because I am seeing comments. So Andrew Anderson says I can hear. Jim Spinoza says I can hear them. Joseph,
yeah, that was before.
Says yep. Well, now I see names. So Jim says yep. Chris Zimmerman says sounds good now. Jeremy Harlow says loud and clear. Video is great. Chris Zimmerman says how do you know what land to select? So I guess we've kind of gone over that. Andrea says how long did it take?
Yeah, that's
okay. So that's what we just did. Jeremy says how's Wyoming positioned to acquire LLC? I don't know too much about that, so I don't want to get into that. How do you isolate your buy and sell side?
Yeah, Andrew just asked that question. Thank you, Andrew, for that question. Cool. Can you see who this
is that on Facebook?
Here's Rashawn. Would buying wholesale from you be a good way to gain quick capital?
Yeah, so our wholesale list.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's a very, our properties are in high demand areas. So if you are interested in buying wholesale properties from us, you can, I think it's pinned in the group maybe.
Yeah. So Our wholesale list is, yeah, to answer your question, yes, it is a good way to get started because we choose markets and areas that we believe there'll be good demand, and we know there's at least room to double, if not triple, your money on it, especially if you're selling on terms, probably even more than that. However, the wholesale list is exclusively for Land Investing Pros members. If you're interested in joining our team, you can go to landinvestingpros.com and find out more about us.
Do you want to do this one or not?
Sure. Well, let's see. Yeah.
I like this one. Can you see who asked that?
It's not on here.
I'm not sure who asked this because it's not showing your name, but do you think land sales will peak at all-time highs as many Americans make an exodus to other states and more space areas because of COVID? I don't know about that part, but what I can tell you is every single month for the last 3 months, we have hit new record highs in our business. And the land business is booming. The house, I can't speak about the house market directly. The commercial market is slowly going down or quickly going down. But I would say there's no better time to get into land than right now because everyone is moving away. They want a place to get away. And people are realizing that I don't want to be in the city next to jam-packed against, next to a bunch of people, and it's dangerous and all this stuff. Yeah.
And I think there's overwhelming feedback from our buyers that yes, because of COVID, there is a demand for people who are wanting to move out of bigger cities. And our data, like our sales kind of show that as well. I mean, at least the demand for property has gone up for us specifically. I don't know if that's the systems that we've built or what we've been doing. I think it's a combination of we've been hiring people, we've been doing things, and a combination of yes, people still are wanting to get out of the cities, and that's why we've had a record month this month, the last month, the month before, the last 3 months we've had record months in sales in terms of number of properties sold and deal value. So I think it's a combo of yes, people want to get out of cities, and this niche is recession resistant, and I mean we're also just building systems too. I think it's a combination of all three of those things.
And I wish I had it prepared, but we have a chart from the 08 recession, which is obviously completely different than this recession. Just there was different economic reasons for each. But if you look at the land markets, they didn't tank like the house markets tanked. And right now we are living in a recession, and the same thing is holding true. And if they're not even dropping, they're actually gaining right now.
One other thing I want to mention about what Paul just said is that if you think about like the fundamentals of what the housing market is and what the land market is, the housing market is it's flooded with people with mortgages, people making interest and principal payments. They got to pay $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a month just to keep their property. For us, the only thing we have to pay is tax payments. There's no mortgage. There's nothing on these properties. So you're never forced to sell a property. No one's going to be forced to sell a property, and because of that, the market is not going to go down in a recessionary environment because no one's going to be forced to sell. There's no moment like, okay, now I need to sell because I like month over month over month I'm paying $500, $1,000, $1,500. It's like, okay, I got to pay $20 this month, $20. Like it's very reasonable. So that fundamentally is the reason why housing prices declined in 08 while land markets stayed the same. And so I see no reason this time would be any different.
Yeah. Love this question. Can you see who asked this? The blind.
Yeah. So this is Jim Spinoza.
Jim Spinoza. This is one of our favorite questions. And actually, we got a blind off because we have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of properties. So we get other land investors sending offers on our properties. And we got one like a couple weeks ago. And I remember I was like, this is an absolute joke. Remember I was reading it on the couch? I'm like, is this like, why are people teaching people to do this? It's ridiculous. So we never, ever do blind offers. It's a waste of time. Did we make a whole video about this last week? I feel like we talked about it.
I think we talked about it.
Yeah.
So we could just briefly touch on it.
So the problem with the blind offer is you're now having to waste your time to talk to someone who 9 out of 10 times is not going to be in the same ballpark as you for price points. You have to go in, you have to vet the property, you have to see if you even want it, then you got to comp it, and then you got to come up with a price versus just blanketing offers out at per acreage and knowing an area where you can just where you're only going to get responses from people that want to sell their property at what you're asking. So now it's a huge waste of time.
Yeah.
And your response rate is going to be, it may be higher, but you're going to get less deals, and it's going to be really annoying.
Yeah. So I don't care what guru told you that like neutral letters are okay. They're
never okay.
It's very binary. It's right or it's wrong, and it's definitively wrong. So like if you're going to send out neutral offers, you're going to get a ton of people interested. Yeah, I want to sell my property, and you're going to have to call them, and then you're going to have to make an offer, and they're going to yell at you because it's going to be lower than what they want.
Did you ever do a blind offer mailer when you first started?
Yeah.
Why don't you talk about that for a minute?
I mean, you just get a lot of people calling in, like they want to sell the property. Great, they want retail, and you got to spend your time comping. So I mean, it's just not efficient, and it is the wrong way to do it. I don't care what guru told you, how much experience they had, it is the wrong way to do it. And you will never ever be able to convince me otherwise, because I've done both, and I've been doing this for a while. So if someone told you that, please just take it with a grain of salt. And I mean, I'm not saying take my advice, but I'm saying from my opinion, like there's no question that blind offer is the only way to do it.
The proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding.
This is interesting. How do you feel about making offers in communities that have burned down? For example, here in California, Sonoma, Paradise, etc., where the land is cleared from fire but has utilities ready to go. Is there good profit to be post in fire areas? The problem with this question is that where those fires are, the land is very expensive. So you know, everything, all the markets that we teach you to go into and that we work in, there's a specific set of things that hold true to it. So you can get the land for cheap, you can sell it for a lot within a certain price range where like selling it on terms is going to work. So somewhere in Sonoma, you're talking hundreds of thousands of dollar properties. If that's your budget and you're trying to do a couple deals, I mean, it depends on what it really depends on what your business model is. This isn't part of what our business model is.
Yeah, it's not our business model, and like the way we teach this business, the way we do it is we have a business. Like if you want to, like you can invest in vacant land, you buy expensive property, but you're not going to be able to scale it. You're not going to be able to quit your job. You're not going to be able to. I mean, you're not going to be able to systematize it and scale it. But can you make money? Absolutely. However, if you're looking to actually build a business, we have a different thought process about how to do it, and so we would not recommend buying property for whatever price point that market is in.
Okay, love this question. And guys, keep the questions coming. This is your chance to ask us anything, even if it's not land, we will answer it. But this is your time to ask us. We do lots of deals and we've seen a lot of things. Who asked? So Joseph asked, what is your target monthly payment? Lowest amount per monthly you'll do. Remember when we got the new website up and somehow the VA screwed up and we were getting like $80 a month payments, and we were like, so we screwed up.
I mean, that was like one property.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like the lowest we'll take is like $130.
Yeah, I think that's the absolute lowest.
That's the absolute
I would say our
lowest.
average is probably closer to $250.
Yeah, our target monthly payment is like $250 to $300. We have like one guy that pays us $1,000 a month, which is, I love that.
Yeah, on just one lot. I think we've got multiple people, but they buy multiple lots.
Yeah, but there's like $1,000 for just one lot. We have a couple guys that own 6 to 7 properties, so they're making lots of payments a month. Yeah, so lowest amounts like probably like $130 to $150. One thing that I would like to add to that is it doesn't really matter the monthly payment. What matters is your payback time. And so the way you get your payback time is, let's say you bought it for $4,000. You want to figure out what the absolute minimum amount of months that you want to get your capital back. We shoot for 12 to 15 months on average for our capital return. So you would just take 4,000 divided by 12 or 15 months, whatever it is. And then obviously anything after that 15-month mark is free money and profit. I think that pretty much.
Yeah, no, I think so. There's a guy named David Leibovitz who's on the live. He says he's asking what are your KPIs.
Is this David too? Someone is paying.
Oh yeah, it's David.
This is so weird that they're not showing the people's names. But yeah, David, our sales guy, says we do have one person paying $65. How did that happen? What's the fastest way to sell? Rashawn, I love all the questions you're asking. Willie?
Fastest way to sell is buy it right.
Via the internet.
Yeah, buy it right, put it on the internet, and sell it on terms. So the fastest way to sell is on terms. So I would if you're struggling, you have a property, you're looking to sell it and it's not selling, offer terms. But I mean, it's really, I mean, the way we sell it is like you got to build out a comprehensive really sales funnel and post properties in areas that people want. I would say that the way to sell property fast is do your diligence on the front end and buy property in a market where there is already demand. So do your diligence up front, buy property in an area where there's good market demand, and it'll sell itself. So I think that my main advice is choose a good market.
Oh, what's this person's name? Oops. Jeremy Harlow asks, there are several successful land investment businesses that offer their expertise. What do you guys think separates you from the others? Where do we start? First and foremost, I can tell you that we are doing more deals than any other person that is offering their services. And we're happy to talk to them there's no one doing more deals than us at the deal value that we're doing. So that's number one. Most of these guys that are teaching this stuff, maybe they were successful in the 90s, maybe they were successful in the early 2000s, but now they're not. They're not doing.
One of the biggest guys in the space. At one point, he mentioned how much he was doing at his peak, and we have definitely surpassed that.
Yeah, in just 9 months of doing this full time. So to answer your question, we are in the game. I mean, we're here at our office. This is not a coaching office. This is where we do our land business. We just hired someone the other day just to handle customer relationship because we have so many customers. I can go on and on, but
but I guess in terms of what we can teach you, that's different.
For sure.
What I would say, one is market selection is huge. I know it's just a portion of the business, but it's the most important aspect of the business. And if you've learned it a different way, you're probably have done it wrong, because I screwed up. I learned a different way and sat on properties and got screwed. And so choosing a market is one of the things that we do better than anyone else. But I would say our course is really revolved around selling, because selling is the bottleneck. If you're in the land investing business for any time, you've probably sat on properties for longer than you've wanted. And so I've got all the bumps and bruises. Paul's gone through bumps and bruises in his Amazon business, and we've combined everything. And we have a sales process that works unlike any other. So if you're selling these properties on Facebook, Zillow, Craigslist, you're doing an okay job. But if you combine that with the way we kind of teach, we're selling most of our properties off our buyers list, our website, our sales funnel. If you're doing it that way, then you're thinking like, we don't even post on Zillow, we don't even post on Craigslist because it's not even worth our time anymore.
Yeah, we send out one email and we sell a property.
Yeah.
Just because we're building a brand. It's really like a brand where you can sell properties to people because they trust your name and you have a great selection of properties.
Yeah. So our focus is on getting your property sold quickly and faster than anyone else in the market. And
here's David, he's our sales guy. I think we break it down and make the steps to buying and selling so straightforward and simple. We literally do exactly what we teach, and it's 100% true.
Yeah.
We have nothing to hide over here. Let's see. Well,
so you want to talk about it?
Yeah, let's take one or two more questions, and then we'll.
Well, what are some things that are better about the land business than now? Is there anything else you could think of? No banks, no mortgages.
Yeah, no one to call your loan. You own it outright because you're buying these things for $3,000-$5,000. There's no one to take the asset away unless you just decide to not pay your $50 a year in taxes.
Yeah.
That's a really awesome thing about it. The risk level is so much lower.
Yep.
The risk is so low because, like I said, it's $3,000 to $5,000, whereas a house could be $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, and you could run out of money, and then you're stuck with this thing that's not done. And like land is just, it's there. You don't have to do anything to it.
Yep. Definitely agree. No banks. We own the full process. I think that's great too. Like we own from buying a property, we're the title company, we are the investor, we are the marketer, we are the seller, we are the servicer. We own the full process. I know that speaks to you about Amazon, but with housing, it's a little bit different as well.
Yeah.
When you've got real estate agents, you've got banks involved. Those are two things that we don't necessarily, you don't need in the process, and they cut in on some of your margins, and we just don't have that. So,
do you wholesale land? I'm not sure if that is. We do have a wholesale list. Like, so basically, we have so many deals that we can't basically buy all, or we just have there's too many deals available to us. So we do buy excess properties, and we have it on our wholesale list, which we update regularly, and that's available to our land investing paid members. So that's ever changing. Okay, let's see. Can you get the names on there?
Yeah. I'll just read it. Do you deal with
seller targeting fatigue from the other land investors mailing to the same parcels? We don't, because we know how to price them really well. It's not an issue. We have probably 200 deals sitting in our inbox right now because we sent out so much mail, and we're about to hit more. You just did like 10,000 letter mailer today. But I would say, to that question, if you know how to price a mailer and you know your areas, instead of like buying, we'll buy 2 properties in New Mexico, 2 properties in Colorado, 2 properties in Florida, and then just jump all around. If you hover in a couple different areas and really learn the market, like in the areas that we work, we literally know the value of a property that's off of this road versus that road. And so what that allows us to do is we're able to price mailers better. We're able to inherently know the value of, within a county, not just a county, within a town, what area of the town is better than the other part of the town, where instead of, just throwing mail all over the place and just seeing who will take a deal. So I would say, if you're worried about the targeting fatigue, pick an area and own the area.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
No. Can you?
Yeah. So Ando BN says, how much is a membership to Land Investing Pros? So Land Investing Pros is $12.97 on our website, and it comes with 3 months of pay or of group coaching.
Yeah, and so the group coaching, there's live calls every Tuesday with David, who is our sales manager. So he is doing deals. I think he sold 10 properties himself last week. He's doing all the deals in our company, so you get access to him every week. We have a great Facebook paid community, and we'd love to have you. Someone said there's so much land out there.
That's David.
Oh, that is David.
So like Malik Griffith says, do you ever do text SMS campaign? I'm in Atlanta, about to begin my first campaign. Would you suggest another strategy of targeting? So that's per potential sellers, is what he's referring to.
Like for people that want to sell their land?
Yeah.
No, we don't. The way that we do it is we use software to geo-target very specific areas, and it's just very simple. I don't know. I can't really speak too much.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Direct mail works very well for us. You could do that. There's other ways. I don't know that would be worth digging into too much, just because it's too easy to get deals in this niche.
I think I don't know.
I think we could end it there, unless anyone's got any final thoughts.
Yeah. I would say that land is better than houses, for sure.
In summary, land is better than houses. If you took one thing away from this meeting, understand that land is definitely better than houses. And I would never ever consider going to the housing niche for any reason whatsoever.
Yeah, and with that being said, we want you guys to continue to send out mailers, continue to sell properties, and just don't get frustrated. Everything sells, and it will sell. And stay active in our Facebook groups. Our website's landinvestingpros.com, and we want to just thank everyone for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, thanks everybody. If you guys have further questions, be active in the group. We're trying to build a community, and we're active in there as well. So just be active in the group, ask questions, and we will be in there answering your questions. So we appreciate all your time.